In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on March 18, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best bet single picks, best bet parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Golden State Warriors versus Memphis Grizzlies. The Memphis Grizzlies will welcome the Golden State Warriors to town as the rift between these two seems to grow with each game. The Grizzlies have a strong hold on the 3rd spot in the West, but will be looking to close in on the Kings for 2nd place. The Warriors are planted 6th in the West with 1 game separating them from both the 5th and the 7th spot. Memphis hosted the last game between these two and won with relative ease by 21. The Golden State Warriors have been in a slump as they've lost 5 of their last 7 games overall, and they will be hoping to avoid a 3rd straight defeat after falling to the Hawks in a 127-119 road loss last night. Stephen Curry led the team with 31 points and 5 assists. Kevin Looney and Donte DiVincenzo each scored 18 points, while Klay Thompson chipped in with 15 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists. As a team, the Warriors shot 48% from the field and 11 of 40 from the three-point line as they got off to a poor start and allowed the Hawks to pour in 39 points in the first quarter, and they just couldn't get over the line despite cutting the deficit to just 1 point in the final minute of the game. Meanwhile, the Memphis Grizzlies have been in decent form as they've won 4 of their last 5 games overall, and they will be looking to stay hot after sneaking past the Spurs in a 126-120 overtime road win last night. Jaren Jackson Jr. led the team with 28 points on 12 of 20 shooting. Tyus Jones tallied a triple-double of 20 points with 10 rebounds and 10 assists, while Desmond Bane added 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. As a team, the Grizzlies shot 48% from the field and 14 of 38 from the three-point line as they rallied all the way back from a 29-point deficit to force overtime, where they poured in 17 points to make it look easy in the end. Looking at the betting trends, the Warriors are 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 games playing on 0 days rest, 16-35-1 against the spread in their last 52 road games, and 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 games against a team with a winning record. The Grizzlies are 41-18-1 against the spread in their last 60 home games, and 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 Saturday games. Head-to-head, the under is 13-6 in the last 19 meetings overall. The Warriors are 0-7 against the spread in the last 7 meetings in Memphis, and the Warriors are 3-8 against the spread in the last 11 meetings overall. The Warriors are missing Andrew Wiggins and Andre Iguodala again, while the Grizzlies are still without Ja Morant, Steven Adams, and Brandon Clark. The Warriors are playing to avoid play-in ramifications, and it's a tight spread between the 5th to 7th in the West. Not to mention the chippy sentiment that has been bubbling up between these teams, which left the Warriors with a bitter taste the last time they laced up against Memphis. Golden State will be locked in and should take supreme advantage of Memphis' inability to slow the outside shot and disrupt the passing lanes. The Warriors could really do with a win to get their season back on track, but they've been struggling lately despite getting big games from Curry, who has been on fire. The Grizzlies have continued to win games despite their injuries, and you just know they will be up for this occasion. With that said, I'm expecting a close one here, so the Golden State Warriors to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. These teams both sit in the top 10 of the league in terms of possessions per game, and the Warriors have played their fastest ball on the road. Golden State has had turnover issues, and the Grizzlies' transition offense should be able to capitalize here. Likewise, we have seen the Grizzlies continually take close proximity shots and crash the offensive glass with vigor. The Grizzlies allow a very high volume of perimeter shooting, and the Warriors have had trouble defending the paint, where the Grizzlies have thrived. The play is the over, which is 38-13 in the Warriors' last 51 against a team with a winning home record. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Boston Celtics versus Utah Jazz. It's not been the smoothest road trip for the Boston Celtics given that the level of their competition has been so low. It's been weeks of up and down play for this Boston team though, as they've allowed the Philadelphia 76ers back into the Atlantic Division race as well. Saturday night brings a date with the Utah Jazz on the latter half of a back-to-back for the Boston Celtics, and it will be interesting to see how they respond. Utah's another one of these teams that Boston has seen on this road trip that has either punted on the season or isn't any good to begin with. The Boston Celtics have been in decent form as they've won 4 of their last 5 games overall, and they will be aiming for a third straight victory after beating the Trail Blazers in a 126-112 road win last night. Jason Tatum led the team with 34 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 assists. Jaylen Brown added 27 points with 5 assists, while Al Horford tallied 12 points with 10 assists. As a team, the Celtics shot 47% from the field and 15 of 42 from the three-point line as they took control of the contest early and poured in 63 points in the first half before they held off a late rally from the Trail Blazers to earn the solid victory. Meanwhile, the Utah Jazz have been in poor form as they've lost 5 of their last 7 games overall, and they will be hoping to bounce back after coming up short to the Heat in a 119-115 road loss on Monday. Lauri Markkanen led the team with 38 points on 14 of 26 shooting. Simone Fontecchio added 23 points off the bench, while Ochai Agbaji chipped in with 14 points. As a team, the Jazz shot 47% from the field and 16 of 38 from the three-point line as they went back and forth with the Heat in a tight contest until the Heat closed the final 3:34 on an 8-2 run to snatch the game from them in the end. The Celtics are 7-1 against the spread in their last 9 games, playing on 0 days rest, and 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 road games. The Jazz are 1-4 against the spread in their last 6 home games, and 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 games overall. The over is 9-4 in Celtics' last 13 overall. The over is 5-0 in Jazz last 6 overall. The over is 9-3 in the last 12 meetings in Utah. The Celtics are shorthanded again as Peyton Pritchard and Malcolm Brogdon are both out, while the Jazz are still missing Colin Sexton and Jordan Clarkson is questionable. Utah has got an offense that still ranks 7th in offensive efficiency this year, and the Jazz have actually been 4th in that category over their last 3 games despite barely playing basketball this week. There's a bit of a fear that all that time off was a bad thing for Utah, but with how negative a scheduling spot this is for the Celtics, 3rd and 4 nights in a back-to-back, I'll live with that risk of Utah potentially being a little rusty. Sure, the Celtics are 8-2 against the spread this year when playing the second game of a back-to-back, but their current form suggests that a run like that is not going to last much longer. Despite all their great numbers this year, Boston still only got an average margin of victory of 2 points per game on the road this year. The Boston Celtics obviously have the ability to blow the doors off, but they're also on the end of a back-to-back and are dealing with injuries to role players. The Utah Jazz are at home, have the rest advantage, and are still a respectable team that competes and loses as underdogs by an average of 2 points. Also, the Jazz needs to win games if they're going to sneak into the play-in tournament. We're getting this many free points. The disrespect. Just far too good of a spot for me to pass up backing the home team. I'm of the belief that Utah will find a way to stay within this number and potentially get the outright win. So the Utah Jazz to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. These teams have not played yet this season, and last year's results make it difficult to predict what the outcome of this game may be. The teams combined for 222 points in Boston on March 23rd but scored 267 in Utah on December 3rd, 2021. The total was set at 215.5 or lower for both of those contests. So it depends on how oddsmakers believe these two teams can match up against each other offensively. Boston has been held to 109 points or fewer in 2 of the first 3 games during this road trip and has averaged 114 points on the road this season. Utah is averaging 118 points per game at home this year and has scored at least 118 points in 3 of their last 4 games at home. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.